Now that tax day is behind us, we'll take a look at ways to track and take back control of the little leaks that may be slowly draining your financial dreams. We're talking about being financially disorganized, simply losing track of your budget. I'm not saying you, maybe someone you know, right? Luckily, our friend Lawrence Sprung from Midland Financial says it's one of the easiest money leaks to fix. So let's get straight into it. Lawrence, what is the first thing people should do to clean up the financial messes that their tax returns may have exposed?
Yeah, so I think one thing that people don't realize is late fees tend to be small until they're not. And essentially, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has reported that Americans pay billions with a B annually in credit card late fees alone, and just missing one due date can trigger significant fees, penalties, interest, and the reality is those compound very quickly. So organization is key.
Yeah, that is a large problem across the U.S., it sounds like. So how can people make sure that they stay organized?
Yeah, so I think that they have to have a process, and for everybody it's different. It's not a one fits all scenario, but they have to have a process where as these bills come in, at least whether electronically or through the mail, that they're addressing them, paying them on time to avoid these missed dates and late fees, because as I said, those could add up very quickly and be big numbers eventually.
How do you do it?
Yeah, so the way I do it is I basically get everything electronic. I get nothing through the mail. Anything that can be automatically handled, I have it done that way. And then I keep it in my email box, set a reminder well before the due date to address it. And typically on the weekends when I have some more time away from work, I sit down on an early Saturday or Sunday morning and just take care of the bills for the month and make sure they all get done on time and in full.
And in so many ways, some of these risks of fees come in very unexpected ways. You may just sign up for a free trial and you hadn't maybe realized with the fine print that it's just going to go automatic after 7 days or something. So what do you recommend for people to keep alert of those pitfalls that may be out there that they just maybe not keeping such a good watch on?
Yeah, I mean, most people have phones these days, and their phones are such great tools, and they're not just for making phone calls, text messages, and going on social media. Use them to set reminders to make sure that if you sign up for something for a free trial and it's 7, 14, or 30 days, set yourself a reminder so that you go in and unsubscribe if that's something that you don't want to continue after the trial ends.
And another aspect here is many times over the course of one's life, you may have opened various bank accounts and other types of accounts that you maybe just have forgotten about or not taken good track of over the years. And how do you suggest people deal with that, or at least do some kind of audit to make sure that they're really keeping their eye on everything they've got?
Yeah, I mean, as we all know, the Federal Reserve has reported that Americans struggle to cover $400 emergency bills, yet we have billions sitting in forgotten accounts and unused balances. And when your money's fragmented, like you mentioned before, you lose that visibility and control. So it's important to have that oversight and understanding of where your finances are. Have, if you can, bank at one bank so you have all your accounts there. If you bank at multiple banks, maybe use a centralized portal. There are plenty of them available out there where you can import all of your accounts into one. So you can have oversight over where your money is, how much is in there, so you don't lose track of these balances elsewhere.
Yeah, and I love that aspect of automating and all of these things to make it easy at the outset. But for many people, the sound of sitting down and doing a budget and keeping track of everything can be stressful, even though being financially disorganized itself is stressful. So in terms of the way to fix this, what are some ways to reframe or remake the way that we plan and stick to budgets so that we'll actually do it?
Yeah, it's so important to have the budget. And I will say this, be wary of auto pays also. I'll share this story that we had with a family we work with and the importance of putting a budget together. She was a little hesitant putting a budget together, but ultimately ended up working through the process with us and doing that. And ultimately, she noticed there was a $250 a month debit coming out of her account to a major insurance company. Now, she didn't recall having any kind of insurance with that insurance company. And over a couple of weeks, if not a month or so, we were able to help her decipher that there was an insurance company debiting her bank account for $250 a month for almost 3 years.
Wow.
That was for a policy that was not hers. That is the kind of oversight that having a budget can help prevent. And luckily, in her case, she was able to recuperate that roughly $8,000 that was paid out to the insurance company over those 3 years. But that shows you the importance of having a budget, having control, and having oversight over your money can save mishaps like that, because that $8,000 would have been better used in her pocket than in the insurance companies for those 3 years.
Good cautionary tale there, setting many of us in motion this morning, I am sure. Thank you so much. Lawrence Sprung, Midland Financial.
Thank you.